Kind of went back to a little bit of a training camp type practice. Very limited, scout work. Just wanted to really focus on us. Had extended individual time. Did get some a little bit more team. Good ones versus ones, twos versus twos. Still try to get some developmental time for our younger guys. Had a big practice when it came to that yesterday. I thought some of the younger guys really did a nice job in their approach. Working to get better. There with yesterday's practice, the older guys, we got out and we got a decent amount of work, but the work that we needed. There with today, I thought it was good. We got some situations, some third downs. Trying to force just the finer details, communication. Trying to get that speed and just overall improvement. And that was kind of our focus on today. You guys will get a few days here this weekend. Kind of rest up. We've had a very interesting first couple of weeks of just calendar schedule, all those things. So we'll get on a normal track here these next few weeks. But be able to come back and start on Sunday, and have everybody ready to roll for this next week. But I thought it was productive. Had a lot of good conversations. Continuing to evaluate all aspects of what we're doing, just to help make sure that next time we step on the field that we are able to go play our best and put that on display.
When you went back and looked at the BC film, anything in particular stand out?
There's yes. There's still times. I thought we played harder. And I say that just you felt more speed, you felt more intent. There was. You got to see that just from a wider range. When you sit there and you watch defensively, they did a good job. At times of incorporating the quarterback. Had a couple explosive runs. There late, but for the most part, I saw a better job of guys trying to be disruptive there on the defensive front. We still had some missed tackles and different fits. Coming down from the top level. When safety's getting involved, we got to continue to clean that up. And it's just at time. I really think there's guys that are going in at times, trying not to miss a tackle rather than going to make the tackle. And you see a little bit of that hesitation. That's something. Just to be honest with our football team. I did feel there's times where we're pressing. Try not to lose or try not to have a bad play rather than going to attack and make the play. And that's something that we've got to continue to build throughout this group. It's one of the things that you deal with. Anytime you have expectations. You come to Florida State, there's elite expectations that we need to have. That's a necessity within our program. But when you find yourself in an uncomfortable situation, it's how you respond to that. You look in the game. There the other day, we had three offensive plays in the first quarter. We had a missed opportunity on the third down, to be able to extend the drive. One of our best players has been very, very productive, and but miss an opportunity for a catch, and then they convert 6 of their first 7 third downs, and they have the ball the entire first quarter. And then it's like you get out, and this is everybody. It's like you feel like you got to do something. You got to push in that moment. And if you start to press, if you start to you lose sight of the details, which I think that was one thing that was disappointing in the passing game. Is just there's times as to where the finer details of what we work and what we see in practice didn't show up in the game. And whether it's route depths, whether it's decision on routes of breaking in or out, that allowed a little inconsistency just in certain spots of the passing game. It was disappointing, and then obviously we got to stick to the run and continue to work to establish the running game. And we had some opportunities, but it definitely wasn't good enough.
Can those inconsistencies in the pass game, I don't want to simplify, but you talk about guys not running the right depths. Are those things that you can simplify to make it more efficient?
I can't change the number, but I'm going to say 10 is 10. It's going to be 10, or it's going to be 5. We have to in the moment go, and that's going to always be on every play. You're going to have an assignment that you have to do. It's not really from over confusing, but feeling like I got to do this a little bit quicker. I feel like I got to, and that's one of those things. It's just we don't see those we don't see those issues that have not shown up in practice as much. I mean, there's coaching, there's detail, always you're trying to improve through that. But when it shows up in the game, that's where I've got to find where's the discord. Why are we not transitioning from this in practice to the game? And I think with all the right intentions, those are things that have happened. I mean, it showed up a couple times. We had a couple bad misses on with opportunities in the passing game, and it still comes down to drops. It still comes down to rhythm and timing. Seeing something and just trying to be immediately on it, but maybe shorten the drop, shorten the timing. Those are the things that we have to be better at. It's the same thing defensively. You get caught up seeing a flash, or hey, they just ran this play that occurred, and then the next play maybe just a step wider in your fit because you want to try to be able to help on something else, but just creates a little bit more space. I mean, those are the details and the finer things that when you're playing, especially defensively, when you're playing a group that's has a running quarterback and a guy that's going to be incorporated that you have to account for. I mean, it's the finer details of space, and that's where we got to continue to improve. Obviously making sure that we're trusting our fundamentals, playing with pad level, and running through our landmarks in tackles, and we got to just continue to push and be better. But we got to stay away from pressing in those moments and just trust the fundamentals.
Do you have to change the coaching staff? Do you guys have to change any of your approaches when the team's not having success compared to when it's rolling for 19 straight games in terms of the things you're talking to guys about? My focus has never been, like, I don't care, 19 games, 13-0. It's never been about what's, the things that are all 10 steps ahead. It's about today. It's about going out there and getting better today. It's about going out there and being the best that we can be. Make sure we're and that's one of the things that talking to the team about is, there's so many distractions that are out there that can, is it mathematically possible for us to do this? No, just go play your best today. If you worry about what's down the road, you're missing out on the opportunity, the joy, all the things, because everything's with the end in mind. And focus on now, make the most of today, on what's going to be. You play well, you get better, you do all the things. Whether it's what a team's record is going to be at the end of the year, whether it's where you get drafted, whether it's what awards or recognition you get, that will all take care of itself. But it's still about today and having the joy to go and execute to the best of your ability and to put yourself in a position to be victorious in the home. And that's been my message since I've got here. And it's disappointing to start a season where we have not played our best. And you got to give credit to the teams we played that have done the job necessary, and we found ourselves and put ourselves in some challenging situations. But it's still about the response that we have. And I stand in front of you today, and I've got confidence in this team. I believe in them. I believe in what we can do. I believe as we grow, as we become more consistent in that, as we do a better job as coaches, in putting them in those positions, because we're still getting to see this team. Every opportunity, and we've lost 2 games, and I don't want to waste those losses. I want to make sure that we use those losses to go help us be better today. And nobody ever wants to lose. It's sickening. Right? But if you can learn, if you can take advantage, and you can work and get better, you got an opportunity to take a step, and that's what we're looking to do as a football team, and that's been our message since the very first day I came.
Do you think this time of adversity makes it more clear to players that are going to step up and be a team leader?
Well, there's definitely an open door for that, and I don't want a team that waits for the adversity for people to arise, but it's also a necessity that in these moments when it does happen, who are you? Like, what is the true core identity? Because plenty of people want to stand up front when you win 19 straight games. It's really easy to hey, when you get knocked down, when you get punched in the mouth, when things that you picture going a certain way, they go different. What's at the core of it? And that's leadership to me. And there's so much that can come on the outside that can try to pour negative in your mind. And I say there's so much on the inside that can try to pour negative on your mind, because we are an 0-2 team. Today, that's where we stand. Now, that doesn't have to define that doesn't have to define who we are, in the long term. But today, that's where we find ourselves. But today, you can go decide what you're going to be. You can decide the choice that you're going to make for what you're going to do, who you're going to try to help, who you're going to try to make better. That's leadership. And so I am confident. And
I've been in challenging situations before, and I damn sure know how to get over and work through that. And that's something that we will have emerged with our team and our coaches and everybody involved, because I do believe in the character that we have, and I do believe in the identity that we will and can establish.
Coach, following up on that, after Georgia Tech, you mentioned that you heard ownership from the locker room, and you mentioned having tough conversations this past week. Did you hear that same ownership in the locker room after the game on Monday?
In our team, there's, I haven't felt, seen, heard, anything beyond that. I mean, it is guys. Guys recognize. They know what good play is. They know what times when it's not. I mean, just like I know when a good play call, and I know when it's times that it's not. And so you sit there and you own the actions that you have. You own the performance that you have. Then you try to figure out why. Like, why did that occur? Why did I think in this moment this was the best play? All right. Would I do that again? Would I change things up? Same thing with players. Why? If we spend a week working to utilize this technique and this look or this fit or whatever that is, this route depth, why in the moment is it different? And that's where you have to be able to, and where I have to make sure that the things that we're doing, how am I putting our guys in the best position to be able to transition to play our best on game day, for that to show up, and obviously for guys to take that step in improvement with all the things that they're working to do.
All right, thank you, Coach.
I think